Kevin McCarthy announced he will be retiring from Congress at the end of the month instead of serving the rest of his term, and he's being rightfully but brutally mocked for it. Well, this is hilarious. Former House Speaker and current Congressman Kevin McCarthy announced he'll be retiring at the end of the month as a congressman, which is such proof that he's only in it for himself. There's no more power, I guess, for him to grab onto since he was ousted as Speaker. So he's just giving up altogether, because he could just not run for re-election, serve through the rest of his term, do the best work that he can for his constituents, and then retire or leave Congress. But no, I guess he's so fed up. And like I said, there's nothing else for him. He can't go up the ladder, and he's just a congressman. And so in his eyes, it's not worth it. He can't wait. And he's throwing in the towel this month. Pretty wild. Now, I have some wonderful content to show you of people mocking him on his way out. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but first, here's this being reported on by CBS News.
California Republican Congressman and former Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy says he is leaving Congress at the end of this year. In an opinion piece published by the Wall Street Journal today, McCarthy said he is leaving the House of Representatives to serve America in different ways. He wrote that it often seems that, quote, the more Washington does, the worse America gets, and he says he intends to focus his efforts on innovation rather than legislation. McCarthy, you'll recall, is the first Speaker of the House to be voted out of his position. Congressman Mike Johnson finally won the gavel after McCarthy was ousted back in October. Now, this happened after McCarthy cut a deal to keep the government open with the White House earlier this year.
So there it is, leaving Congress in shame, making the Republican majority in the House even more narrow. Now, there are two elements of this that I think should be mocked. Number one, as I opened with, it should be called out that he's proving that he really has no interest in serving his constituents and can't just wait for one more year. He could try to end his career in Congress doing something good for his constituents, but nope, he's giving up. But the second is he's loudly and proudly in the past declared himself someone who never quits. I never give up. And now he is obviously very prominently quitting. And there are a lot of people who focused in on that, rightfully so. You have first Midas Touch on X captioning this video, awkward.
I mean, your question is just give up and quit. I'm the wrong guy to ask that question to. I never quit. I'm not working for some member sitting in our office. I'm working for this country, and I'm never going to give up on the American people. I'm going to work every day. And you know what? If I come up short today, I'm going to work harder tomorrow. That's what I do.
And of course, a lot of these moments came from McCarthy's attempt to become Speaker when he was saying, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pursuing it. Vote after vote after vote. And so then you have Midas Touch again posting this next video with the caption, bye, Kevin.
Remember, I will never give up. I care too much about this country.
28 past the hour, breaking news out of Capitol Hill. Just in the last few minutes, Congressman Kevin McCarthy, who previously served as House Speaker, has just penned an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal saying that he is leaving the House of Representatives at the end of this year.
Then you have Victor Shi on X saying, breaking, Kevin McCarthy, the same person who said he will never give up, just announced he will be stepping down at the end of this month. This now means Republicans have an even smaller majority with only 2 more votes than Democrats. Oh joy, we won't miss you, Kevin. And then you have the Biden's Wins X account that said, I'm sad to report a Biden loss. Kevin McCarthy will be leaving Congress next month. This is a loss because President Biden always won when Kevin McCarthy was negotiating across the table, which is true. I think Matt Gaetz worded it something like Biden repeatedly ate the lunch of Kevin McCarthy or stole the lunch money or something like that. Then you have former Republican Congressman Joe Walsh, who said, I served in Congress with Kevin McCarthy. He has no core. He's a hollow man. His only reason for being is the pursuit of power. His only guide is his personal ambition. And in the end, this was his undoing. Oh, it stings. Then finally, you have Adam Schiff posting a video caption. My dad asked me recently what I thought of Kevin McCarthy. In light of his retirement, I figured I'd share, and he attached this video.
I spoke to my father, you'll appreciate this, recently, and he asked me what I thought of Kevin McCarthy. And I don't know if I'm allowed to use salty language here or not, but I try to keep it clean with my dad, and I say, well, Dad, honestly, I don't think that highly of him. I think he's a bad egg. And my father says, well, then, as my grandmother used to say, F him. And I said, Dad, I don't think that's what grandmother used to say. And he said, no, but it was strongly implied.
So there we go. And Kevin McCarthy, bad speaker. He did do the right thing in that one moment to keep the government open. But then because of the MAGA wing of his party that he helped to enable, he was ousted. So he got eaten up by the very monster he helped to create. And that's a pretty yikes legacy, for lack of a better term. And I think, unfortunately for him, he'll be easily forgotten, which I know is a pretty brutal thing to say, but it's true. He's just going to fade away into history. And if you do learn about him, it'll just kind of be like, ooh, a short and unfortunate stint as speaker. I do just want to show you a little bit of his announcement video that's pretty cringy. Take a look.
But now it is time to pursue my passion in a new arena. While I'll be departing the House at the end of this year, I will never, ever give up fighting for this country that I love so much. To all those who have supported me through the years, especially our constituents, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We did our part. And when the stakes were the highest, we rose to the challenge. We were willing to risk it all, no matter the odds, no matter the personal cost.
Hi, my soul is dead inside. I just spent my entire career trying to become speaker, and it ended quickly and embarrassingly. Thank you for all your support. Yikes. Now, speaking of embarrassments that are saying goodbye to Congress this December, George Santos, who was recently expelled from Congress. Oh, you don't know who George Santos is? Well, let me fill you in. He's this guy who got elected to Congress by lying about virtually every aspect of who he was, his education, his career background, his family lineage, friends dying in tragedies they didn't die in, family dying in tragedies they didn't die in, family surviving tragedies they weren't even at, and raising money for a veteran sick dog, then taking the money and letting the dog die. That George Santos. So as I'm sure you know, he got caught in all of those lies and in defrauding his voters and, you know, doing the normal thing of using campaign funds for things like Botox and OnlyFans, which you're not allowed to do, and charging people's credit cards for donations they didn't approve. So just stealing money from people, and was recently expelled from Congress for those things and more. Well, do you want proof that there's just no justice in this world? There is, but in this case, there's not. Here's some reporting from Business Insider. George Santos, the former congressman who was expelled last week when 311 lawmakers voted to kick him out of the House of Representatives, has found a new career of sorts. It's been like 3 days, guys. Santos was on a $174,000 salary in Congress, but during his short time on Cameo, the platform on which celebrities get paid to provide fans with personalized videos, the disgraced lawmaker has potentially made considerably more, according to Semaphore. The publication said Santos has lined up more, this is brutal, in earnings in the space of 48 hours on Cameo than his entire annual salary as a congressman. According to Semaphore, which cited screenshots and then it gives the background there, the ex-congressman may have earned a six-figure sum in just 2 days. So he's making bank recording videos for people on Cameo. And potentially, according to this reporting, has already made more doing that than he made being a congressman for the entire time he was a congressman. And I know what you're thinking. What types of videos are we talking about on Cameo? Well, here's an example. I called Kevin McCarthy's video cringy. This is a whole nother level.
Hi, Katie. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the kindness. You know, Botox keeps you young. Fillers keeps you plump. Look, don't let the haters get to you. Haters are going to hate. And if you have haters, that means you're doing something right, girl. So just keep going. You know, you're a Harvard Law School girl. Like, are you kidding? You have haters? Let them hate. Like, just do you, girl. Screw the haters. Enjoy life. Live life. And make sure that all these haters in your life, they can go all you know where. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and let 2024 be filled with everything that 2023 was lacking in. Mwah. Bye.
So I said when we covered that clip on the bonus show that when he says having haters means you're doing something right, not always. Not always. In the case of George, not so much. Sometimes, and this is a wise lesson, a very encouraging lesson you're about to get from me, okay? You're just giving people something to hate. Before we go, don't forget to become a member at lukebeasleyshow.com/membership to get the daily bonus show Monday through Friday. Plus, follow me on Threads at Luke Beasley Official, Instagram at Luke Beasley Official, X at Luke P. Beasley, and sign up for the Beasley Brief, a daily morning newsletter that summarizes the previous day's events by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/brief. And I'll talk to you all next time.